English podcast, conversation practice for beginners.
If you've ever felt like your brain just freezes the second a native speaker starts talking at a normal speed, or you feel like everyone is speaking a secret code that's way too fast for you to catch, then you are exactly where you need to be today.
Seriously, it's a struggle. We're going to show you how to actually break down that wall of sound so you can finally keep up with real-world conversations, instead of just smiling and nodding while having no idea what's going on. The goal is to move you from "I'm lost" to "I totally get this" by the time we finish this chat.
And I'm not just saying this as a teacher, I remember when I was trying to learn Spanish and I'd walk into a cafe. I had the grammar down, I knew the words, but the second the barista spoke, boom, blank stare. I felt like a total failure, even though I'd studied for months.
It's like there's this hidden speed nobody tells you about in textbooks, right? But here's the thing. There's actually one specific reason, one tiny habit native speakers have that's probably the only thing standing between you and understanding us. If you don't catch this one thing, English will always sound like a blur. We're going to reveal what that is in just a few minutes.
Totally. And look, if you want to keep showing up for yourself and actually feel that confidence when you speak, make sure you subscribe. We're here with a new episode every Monday through Friday, so you can have that daily practice and never feel like you're doing this alone.
Okay, so Rachel, I gotta be honest. I was watching this video of us the other day, just editing, and I realized something. We talk so fast. Like, I don't even think about it, but sometimes I'm a blur of words. Do you think it's even fair to expect someone at a B1 level to keep up with us when we're just being us?
That's a really fair question, Mike. And honestly, fair is a tough word here because the world doesn't slow down for you, right? If you're at a party or in a meeting, people aren't going to check your English certificate before they start talking.
But wait, isn't that kind of, discouraging? If I'm a student and you tell me the world won't slow down, I might just want to turn off the video and go take a nap. Shouldn't we be telling them to just keep studying grammar until it clicks?
No way! That's actually the biggest trap. If you wait until your grammar is perfect to listen to fast English, you'll never get there. It's not about the grammar, Mike. It's about the rhythm. People think we speak fast because we're hurried, but we actually speak fast because we smush words together. It's a habit, not a speed.
Smush. Is that a technical teacher term? Because it sounds like something I do to my sandwiches.
Totally. It's exactly like a sandwich. We take 3 or 4 words and we press them into one sound. If a student is listening for 4 separate words, they're gonna miss the train every single time. They hear "what you doing?" and they're looking for "what are you doing?" By the time they find those 4 words in their head, the speaker is already 3 sentences ahead.
I see what you mean. So it's more of a decoding problem than a hearing problem. But I still feel like if I were learning, I'd be pretty annoyed with us for not just, articulating more. Don't you think we should try to be clearer for them?
If I'm clearer in a way that isn't natural, I'm actually lying to them, Mike. I'm preparing them for a world that doesn't exist. The real kindness is showing them how we actually talk so they can stop feeling like they're failing.
Okay, I see your point. You're the expert. But I'm still going to play devil's advocate here. If I'm a student, how do I even start smushing my own brain to understand this?
It starts with a mindset shift. You have to stop trying to catch every word. Seriously. If you're a student listening to this right now, let me ask you, do you feel guilty when you miss a word? Do you stop and try to translate it in your head?
I bet they do. I know I would. I'm a perfectionist when I edit these videos, so missing a frame drives me crazy.
Exactly. But in conversation, perfection is the enemy of connection. If you miss a word, let it go. It's gone. It's in the past. If you stay in the past, you miss the future. You have to ride the wave of the conversation, even if you're a little underwater sometimes.
Ride the wave. I like that. Even if the wave is a bit salty and hits you in the face.
Exactly. It's about being okay with the mess. So let's actually test this. I want to show everyone what this smushing looks like in the real world.
Okay, so Rachel, put your teacher hat on for a second, but not the boring one. If I'm a student and I'm at a coffee shop or a party and I hear a smushed sentence that sounds like one long, scary word, how do I actually practice that? Give me some real-world examples that aren't in those dusty textbooks.
Totally. Let's take a classic. Instead of saying, "What are you going to do?" which sounds like a robot, right? We say, "Whatcha gonna do?" It's all one breath. Whatcha gonna do?
What you gonna do sounds like a line from a 90s cop show. But seriously, if I'm an intermediate student and I say, "What are you going to do?" people still understand me, right? Why do I need to learn the smush?
They'll understand you, sure, but you won't understand them. That's the catch. If you only practice the proper way, your brain is looking for those specific sounds. When you hear whatcha, your brain goes, "Error, word not found," and then you panic.
Oh, I see. It's like training your ears to recognize the shortcut version. So give me another one. What's a common one I probably say a million times a day without realizing it?
How about, I don't know?
I say that all the time, usually when you ask me where I put the SD cards for the cameras.
Exactly. You don't say, "I do not know." You say, "I don't know." Or sometimes, if you're really lazy, you just make a humming sound like, "I don't know."
Wait, I actually do that? That's barely even English. That's just noise.
It is, but it's meaningful noise. If a student is waiting for "do not," they're going to be waiting forever while the conversation moves on to the next topic.
That's wild. Okay, so if you're listening right now, try this with us. Don't just listen, actually say it out loud. Rachel, give them a sentence to repeat, but make it one of those fast ones.
Okay, let's try, "I have to go to the store." In real life, I gotta go to the store. I gotta go to the store. See how have to becomes gotta?
I gotta go to the store. It feels faster, but also easier, like I'm sliding down a hill instead of climbing up stairs.
That's a great way to put it. It's all about the flow. I gotta go to the store. Notice I didn't even say "to" properly. It became "ta."
Wow, we really are lazy speakers, aren't we?
We're efficient. But seriously, if you can start spotting these smushed words, the world starts slowing down because you aren't fighting the language anymore. You're writing with it.
I'm curious, for everyone watching, which smushed word drives you the most crazy? Is it wanna, gotta, shoulda? Drop a comment right now and tell us the one word that always makes you go, "Wait, what did they just say?" We actually read those.
We really do. It helps us know what to break down next. And speaking of breaking things down, there's a reason why this fast English feels even harder when you're traveling.
Speaking of those comments, Rachel, I was scrolling through a video and someone, I think it was Pedro from Brazil, said something that really hit home. He said, I understand you guys perfectly in the podcast, but when I landed in Miami for my vacation, I felt like I'd never studied English in my life.
Oh, Pedro, I feel that in my soul. That is so common. It's because in a podcast, even though we're being natural, we're still in a controlled environment. But when you're at immigration or trying to order a coffee in a busy airport, there's noise, there's stress, and people are in a massive rush.
Yeah, and the guy behind the counter isn't thinking, oh, let me use my best teacher voice for this traveler. He's just thinking, I have 50 people in line and I need to know if you want cream or sugar.
Exactly. And that's exactly why I actually put together that Travel with Rachel survival guide. I realized that the fast English you hear at the airport or in a pharmacy is totally different from what you hear in a classroom. If you're planning a trip and don't want to freeze up at the border or a restaurant, the link is in the video description for more information. It covers all those high-stress moments.
Seriously, guys, check it out. It's a lifesaver. I even used some of those tips when we were filming the B-roll for it. But Rachel, let's get back to the fast stuff. Is there like a secret lab where these words get made? Because some of them don't even look like English anymore.
Welcome to the vocabulary lab, Mike. It's not a secret underground bunker, but it definitely feels like it sometimes. Since we were talking about how we smush things, I want to give everyone 3 expressions that are absolute magnets for fast speech. These are the ones that usually make students' heads spin.
Oh, I'm ready. I'll be the official translator for the fast version. What's the first one on the list?
Okay, first one. What are you doing? In the lab, we turn this into whatcha doing. Notice we don't even finish the G at the end. Whatcha doing?
What you doing? It sounds so much more casual. Like if I say, what are you doing? It sounds like I'm suspicious. But what you doing sounds like I'm just curious.
Totally. It changes the vibe. Second one. I am going to. This is the big one. We rarely say it. We say, I'm gonna, but if we're really moving fast, it becomes just Imma, like Imma head out or Imma grab a coffee.
Wait, Imma? That's literally just 2 letters, Imma. Wow, I use that every single day and I didn't even realize I was skipping the entire middle of the sentence.
Right? It's just IMMA. And the third one, this is for when you're frustrated or surprised. Instead of what do you mean, we say, what do you mean? That D sound in the middle is super fast. What do you mean?
What do you mean? Man, if I were learning English and heard Whaddya, I'd think it was a new type of fruit or something. It doesn't sound like what do you at all.
Exactly. And that's the trick. If you practice saying Whatcha, Imma, and Whaddya, your brain starts to recognize them as single units of meaning instead of a puzzle of 4 different words.
That's actually a huge relief. It's not that I'm bad at English, it's just that you guys are taking shortcuts everywhere.
We're the kings and queens of shortcuts, Mike. But here's a little challenge for everyone watching. I want you to pick one of those, Whatcha, Imma, or Whaddya, and try to use it in a sentence right now. Say it out loud. Seriously, even if you're on a bus, just whisper it. Get your mouth used to that sliding feeling.
Imma, keep watching this video. How's that for a sentence?
Perfect. 10 out of 10. But Mike, there's actually a level 2 to this fast English thing that happens when we get excited. That's when it gets really tricky.
Wait, hold on. Level 2? You're telling me there's a boss fight for fast English? I already feel like Imma is as short as a word can get without disappearing into thin air.
Well, it's not a boss fight, but it's what happens when we get excited or start telling a story. We don't just smush words, we actually drop the beginning of sentences entirely.
Wait, like they just vanish? Like a magic trick?
Basically, instead of "do you want to go," we just say "wanna go?" Or instead of "have you seen it," we just say "seen it?" We just lop off the first word because our brains already know the context.
Man, no wonder people feel like they're losing their minds when they listen to us. We're basically speaking in fragments. But okay, I see the logic. If the context is there, why waste the breath?
Exactly. It's all about efficiency. So let's do a quick speed round for everyone at home. I'm going to say the textbook version, and Mike, I want you to give me the excited native version. Ready?
Oh, I was born ready. Let's do this.
Okay. Textbook. Are you ready to go?
Ready to go? Or even just ready?
Textbook. I have got to get out of here.
Gotta get out of here.
Nice. Last one. Textbook. Did you eat yet?
Jeet yet?
Jeet yet? That is the ultimate smush. It's basically one syllable.
It sounds like a bird chirping. Jeet? Jeet? But honestly, if you're in a busy office or a loud bar, that's exactly what you're going to hear.
It really is. And look, if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, just remember what we said at the start. You don't need to catch every Jeet to understand the conversation. You just need to stay on the wave.
Stay on the wave. I'm going to be thinking about that all day now. But Rachel, remember that one specific reason we mentioned at the very beginning? That tiny habit that's the only thing standing between them and understanding us?
Oh, I didn't forget. We're about to wrap up, but that secret is actually the most important piece of the puzzle. It's the thing that ties everything we've talked about together.
All right, Rachel, no more holding out on us. We've talked about smushing words, dropping sounds, and riding the wave, but you said there was one specific thing, that one hidden habit that makes all the difference. What is it?
It's connected speech, but specifically the schwa. Almost every unstressed vowel in fast English turns into this tiny, lazy sound. It's the reason to becomes ta and for becomes fur. If you stop expecting to hear clear A, E, I, O, U sounds and start listening for that little connecting everything, suddenly the speed doesn't matter anymore. You're not hearing words, you're hearing the heartbeat of the sentence.
The sound. So basically, we're just lazier than they thought.
Exactly. We're just vibrating our vocal cords instead of actually working. Honestly, once you embrace the laziness of the English language, your listening and your confidence will just skyrocket.
I love that. Embrace the laziness.
That should be our new motto. But man, speaking of confidence, that's usually the next big hurdle, isn't it? Like, okay, maybe now I can hear you, but I'm still terrified to open my mouth because I think people are judging how I sound.
That is such a huge mental block for so many people. And look, if that's how you're feeling, like you're constantly worried about your accent or people judging you, you actually need to watch the episode we did right before this one.
Oh, definitely. It's called Everyone Judges My English Accent: How to Speak Confidently Without Stress. We go deep into why that fear exists and how to basically shut down that judgmental voice in your head so you can actually use all these smushed words we talked about today.
It's the perfect next step. Go watch that one right now to fix your mindset while your ears are still warmed up. And hey, if you found this helpful, subscribe so we can hang out again tomorrow. We're here every day, helping you get one step closer to that fluent, confident version of yourself.
Peace out, everyone. I'ma go get a coffee. Did I do it right?
Close enough, Mike. See you guys in the next one.